What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with the first episode of Warframe Wednesday. And today we're going to be starting our brand new free-to-play series where we're essentially just going to start the game over again and go through it. And you guys can come along for the ride, kind of see how it goes. If you're a new player or if you're someone considering starting the game, or you're just a returning player who doesn't quite know what's going on anymore, kind of like me. That's one of the main reasons I wanted to start this new account. One, because it gave me the opportunity to do some new content, and two, because I have not played Warframe in several months, and when I logged in on my main account, I'm honestly clueless as to what's going on. So I wanted to go ahead and start a new account just to kind of get back into the game and learn the game. I went ahead and skipped the initial part of the tutorial here because I had to set up my controller settings. I do like to play with controller on PC. I just feel more comfortable. I went ahead and chose mag as my starting frame, but we're going to go through the rest of the tutorial anyways. I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks as we go through on picking your initial weapons and other things, and then we're going to go through the tutorial quest for Vor's Prize. Now, I'm going to try to keep these episodes between 30 minutes to an hour, and we're just going to be going through the star chart, doing some farming, trying out some weapons and whatnot, so it should be quite a bit of fun. And I'm going to tell you right now, though, if you are a new player, you probably want to go with Excalibur as your between Excalibur, Volt, and Mag. Excalibur is still the best well-rounded frame to start as a new player. He's incredibly powerful. All of his abilities will allow you to go through the entire star chart. He's got some abilities that allow you to one-shot bosses later on, especially the rail node bosses that you need to progress from planet to planet. So he's overall the best choice. I haven't done a playthrough with Mag, so I wanted to pick her for this. This always talking trash on Mag about how she's such a bad frame, but I don't think that's true at all. Solid frame, and she's really good against the Corvus, who an enemy will be fighting pretty early on. But let's go ahead and wander on out here, and this is just going to give you some tips. Obviously, it's going to tell you how to control your Warframe. By now, you should pretty much know what's going on with that. Alright, so your first choice in the tutorial is going to be what weapon you pick, your melee weapon. You have a choice between the Mark I bow and the Skana, which is a sword. Both of these are really decent starting weapons. Pretty good, especially if you go with Excalibur. You get some bonuses for blades. The Mark I bow, though, is actually a weapon I do prefer to take right at the beginning. You can change out and kind of mess around with them if you want to, just to see what they do. So we can do that. And just kind of see, you know, faster, but it's going to allow you to just going to be really valuable game. So that's one of the reasons I do like to use it. See if I can remember how to parry here. Parrying allows you to deflect shots that are coming in, so you can actually important, especially early on when you don't have your shields. Oh, we totally screwed that. Cool. Alright, so I think we're our second weapon. Try to get a stealth attack on this guy. Alright, so now we're going to get to choose our secondary weapon. So you have the option here of the Lato pistol or the Mark I kunai throwing knives. You're a new player due to their aiming mechanic. The pistol is going to feel a lot more familiar to you, especially if you are like a first-person shooter player coming into this, or just played other third-person games where you use weapons. And I just like to use this because it's easy to get it out of the way early on as a mastery weapon. So we're going to go with the Mark I Lato as our first weapon. So I know if you hit your one button, you can aim down sights, and then your other button, obviously trigger, is going to allow you to shoot. Now you can also do bullet time if you jump in the air and hold down your trigger button. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we're just going to take these initial guys out here. I like the Lato too. It's got a really nice punch to it. Like, just, it's not a great weapon. It's not very powerful, but it just sounds really good. You can also shoot and slide at the same time, which is kind of fun. But all right, so we got Captain Vor, who is a guy we're going to be fighting quite a bit in this game. He's going now, which is just far checking all these going around looking for whatever goodies we can find. It's important to grab whatever you can, especially if you're going a full free-to-play playthrough, because you're going to want to make sure you're collecting resources to craft things later on. I'm going to give a little disclosure here. You do get initial starter platinum, which is the game's premium currency, and you can use that for a couple things. I'll give you some advice on that. However, I most likely will be buying a little bit of platinum through because I want for experience boosters, so I can level up my frames and my weapons faster, so that I can show you guys more weapons and more items and things like that as we're going. I don't remember. I guess I do have to fight him here. Alright, why is it not switching? Okay, there we go. Try to just go around here. Gotta get past this guy. Guess I'm right back.
Quick, get to the console and release the lockdown. Do that, and I will guide you to your old ship. It's your only chance.
The Queens want to destroy you, but I need to know more.
Alright, so we got the lockdown released. Is kind of annoying right now, but he's a total pushover later on in the game. We'll be beating him up quite a few times. Alright, so just get some experience with our gun here. As you use your weapons, you get mastery points, which basically level up your level up all your items, your Warframe, your weapons. Is going to use those mastery points. So as you get those, you go up in mastery rank, which allows you to take mastery rank tests, which I'm sorry, God, I can't talk right now. Which allow you to then access more items and things in the game. So it's very important to be leveling up your items, using your weapons as often as you can in order to get those mastery rank points. Now, once you level up a weapon, you can only use it one time to get mastery rank. There's going to be some things called forma and other items that we'll go through later on that basically restart over. If you play Call of Duty, you're familiar with that. It's kind of like prestiging in Call of Duty, where you reset the weapons level. You can't use it again for mastery rank points in that case, though, so you have to keep continually leveling up new weapons. Alright, so now we're going to choose our first primary weapon. You have the choice between the Mark I Bratton, which is an automatic choice between that or the bow. The bow is very cool. It's very fun to use. A lot more difficult to use in the early stages of the game as you get used to the way you aim with it. You're going to just be better off going with the Mark I Bratton, especially if you're a spray and pray type player. This is going to allow you to take on more enemies at once a lot more quickly than you will if you take the bow. So that's one of the reasons I really like using it as my first weapon. Plus it kind of gets you ready for the normal Bratton, which is a really good weapon you can buy for credits right after you get out of this initial tutorial stage. For some reason, somebody and just go, you know, you can usually get a stealth attack if you just tap your melee button. Bratton's another fun weapon for me. I really like the sound of it. It has a nice, very crisp sound. One of the cool things about this game is the weapon design. All the weapons, even the ones that aren't that great, really do sound good. Weapons. So. Tap Y to cycle weapons, tap B to equip melee weapon. Ooh, what do we got here? Want to constantly be out on the lookout for items and things. You'll find all kinds of cool stuff just scattered around the stage sometimes.
There it is, your ship.
There's going to be a little timed part here before we can actually escape. Let's go over here and grab some more items. I always forget to use my actual Warframe powers. It's kind of funny. I just get so excited. The gunplay and the blade play, everything you can do in this game is just a lot of fun. So I constantly find myself forgetting to actually use my my powers. I guess I can't go that way? Alright, cool. Thought maybe there'd be something down there I could look for. It's been a while since I played this tutorial stage. But I'm interested to see what all has changed with this game because it's been such a long time since been a couple months since I actually played on my main account. And they've just added so many things to it. I think it used to be timed, where you had to fend off a bunch of guys.
Enemy reinforcements are here. Ship
Yeah.
we require immediate extraction.
There's a bunch of guys who are just going to come out of here. So you can kind of just stand here and farm these guys for items and other stuff here.
Keep moving. None of the scanners have detected you.
It's a good spot to learn how to use your initial power too. Ability, which grabs the at the early levels, it's pretty decent. It can help you do some crowd control. But it's fun to just kind of sit here and... Apparently, it just doesn't like me going that far. Make sure the ship's not getting shot up. As we got 1 second left, we should be fine.
Tenno, the ship is ready. It's time to leave.
Alright, so that's pretty much the initial tutorial stage. It's pretty easy to get through. It just basically shows you the basics on how to use your Warframe and gives you the choice of your starting weapons. Alright, so here we have our daily tribute. This is essentially a daily login reward you're going to get. The more days that you log in, the better off it's going to be. You'll get a lot of good stuff, get some free items. Alright, so now we have our ship, which right now is going to be pretty basic.
A shadow of my former self. I cannot serve the operator in such a condition. Order me to.
We don't really have any of our equipment. We don't have our mod station. There's a lot of stuff we're missing right now. The ship's pretty bare.
It is superior to theirs. Perhaps there are systems left in the orbiter compartment.
So this is our ship, basically. We'll unlock a lot of these doors later on, but right now a lot of this is closed off to us.
Have no life support. Why did the operator abandon me? Arsenal management could be restored if the operator wishes it.
Okay, cool. So we can open up the arsenal. And basically the first little bit of the tutorial, you're going to be going around restoring parts to your ship so you can access more systems.
You honor Ordis. Now I can supply the operator with better modded firepower. Oh, the violation.
This is basically where you will access all your weapons and your other items that you get here. What the hell is a Parazon? See, this is the thing, like, I have no clue.
For your ship. When you are ready, activate your navigation system.
No idea what this is.
Ordis.
Alright, so we're just going to go with our usual stuff that we have here. But if you want to take a look at, if you hit like the equip button, it's going to show you some of the other frames that are available. Obviously we just have mag right now. We'll start unlocking some other stuff later on. On the right hand corner you can see we have 50 platinum and 3,000 credits to start the game. Not a whole lot, but it's a little bit. They used to give you a lot more starter platinum from what I remember. You can also change your appearance if you want to here, which is one of the really fun things about Warframe, is just actually going through and trying to find a cool look for your Warframe, which this could take forever if you decide you want to do something like this. You can go through the random, or you can assign regular colors by yourself. Right now I'm just going to keep this at the default, and we will play around with that a little bit later on. I want to actually get into some more of the tutorial. So we're going to play whatever it's going to let us play here. See, we can't even use group chat down on the bottom left. It won't allow us to use anything, basically, until we get through this tutorial section. Alright, so now we're in the star chart. This appears to be pretty much the same as it used to be. Pull up our quest log. You can see we have War's Prize, restore the ship communication systems. This is basically going to be on Earth. Earth is the initial planet you open up on. It's pretty easy. It's not too difficult. Most of the enemies are pretty simple to defeat. So we will go ahead and just do this here. Actually, I wanted to change the map making to solo. Alright, there we go. For the purpose of most of this playthrough, I'm going to be playing it solo. Just having other people come into the map can cause some issues, especially when you're trying to leave the map. But if we get to some of the harder stuff, we'll definitely go with public matchmaking.
The segment you need is in a nearby data vault. Infiltrate the vault and retrieve the segment.
Okay, so this is kind of like an introduction to spy missions very early on, having to penetrate the vault and steal the information we need. Captain Vor is going to taunt us the whole time. I'm not sure why it won't let me do stealth kills right now. It's kind of annoying. Work our way around here.
Security measures. How you defeat those measures is up to you.
They've done a really nice job with the map design on this game. It used to be pretty basic, but they've really done a pretty cool job with all the tile sets, making them a little bit more updated. Make sure we smash all these crates so we can get whatever minuscule items they offer. Well, Warframe's great just because of the way the game lets you travel around. You have a lot of freedom of movement, a lot of different ways you can run around and traverse through the stage. A lot of different attacks you can do, especially when you start getting some of the more advanced weapons in the game. So we're just going to go through here. Alright, we got to hack the security, so we're right here pretty close. Ah, so that's what that little device is on our arm. I guess now. In this case, this kind of tripwire, we don't want to set that off, but there's only one here. Usually there's more than one depending on how complicated it is. So we're going to wait for it to go down and then we're going to go across. Now, the cool thing here is there are multiple ways to get inside. You can go to the right over here, or you can actually crouch and go down through the middle part here. Now, in later stages here, I don't know if there's going to be anybody, though, in this tutorial. It doesn't look like it. Oh, there's one dude over here. If you alert these guys, then they sound the alarm, and that's not good for you. It looks like we pretty much did it without alerting anyone. So that's pretty easy. So we're just going to sneak in this way. I think that's kind of cool how they have that little thing on your arm pops out and hacks the computer. That's pretty neat. It's kind of a new graphical touch that I hadn't seen before. I don't know why I'm pressing the button. I don't know why it's not. There we go. That's pretty much all we had to do there.
The segment is yours. Head to extraction.
So now that door is going to open up. These guys are going to come attack us. There's a whole lot of guys here. Holy crap. We're just going to kill everybody here. Get some experience points for our weapon. And now you can see that item that just dropped right in front of me, this glowing item, is actually a mod that we're going to be able to use on something later on. We'll talk about that a little bit more in depth. You see, it's going to early on in the flawed mods, later on better mods. You're definitely going to need them to be more powerful, so it's always a good idea to have plenty of mods. You can also sell them to get more things as well. So, and You're supposed to kind of just go right through this area, but I'm going to kind of spam killing guys because I want to get some experience, get some items to drop. More enemies you kill, the better chance you have at getting mods to drop. This is one of the reasons I do like the bow, because it gives you a lot of stagger potential, and it also gives you a nice AoE attack when you do your sliding attack. Don't have very much in terms of health points. Make sure. Down. Up to. Mag is definitely a shield frame. She's not much of a health frame. I'll explain what that is a little bit later on. Actually, I can go ahead and talk about that a little bit now. Basically, all your Warframes are going to have different attributes. Some Warframes are going to have frame like Mag. You're going to have more shields on her. Usually, your frames that have higher shields are going to do more damage, but they're going to be glass cannons pretty much. And that's how Mag kind of is. She's basically a glass cannon. Let's just go up here. We'll bypass all this stuff here. If anybody's following us. Kubras are pretty cool. They're kind of like these almost like wolf creatures. And you'll get your own Kubro later on. That's actually a quest we'll do to get our own Kubro. It's kind of cool. Alright, so when you come out to this landing area, this is a pretty common tile set. You actually don't want to go straight to the landing area because there's some areas you can find some items. Come over here on the side and you can actually get a couple of these cases. Now, as soon as you walk up on that platform, it's going to trigger the end mission screen. So you want to actually jump up here and you're going to go over here. You can use your bullet jump and you can also glide if you want to. And there's going to be a room up here with a bunch of stuff in it. The reason you want to check these rooms is there's an item called an Iatan treasure, which you can find every so often around the maps. And that's going to allow you to get endo, which is kind of the currency you use to upgrade your mods in the game. It's very important. So then we're just going to come back over here. We're going to go all the way to this side. And check this little area over here as well. Always going to be some areas you can open up and check for things. Alright. Come down here, and there's one last little area we can go. Alright, so we got a bunch of mods, which is cool. These are going to be flawed, but we definitely can use all of these. Rifle damage and also for pistol damage. Those are pretty basic, but definitely going to serve us pretty well in our early stages here.
Orbiter void cloak engaging.
Alright, so now we are back. I don't think we can install anything yet. I think we have to actually...
Ordis patiently awaits its installation.
I guess we can't install the communication.
I must analyze what
Cool.
Wars Ascaris is doing to your warframe. This technology is beyond the Grenier. It must be Corpus in origin.
Systems engaging. I suppose this will do. Ordis is grateful.
Alright, so now we have access to the market.
The operator is now connected with other Tenno in the system.
All kinds of other stuff.
Now contact
Also, if you have Amazon Prime, you have a free account with Twitch Prime, you definitely want to link that up to your Warframe account if you're a newer player or if you're an older player who doesn't know about this. Because they give away all kinds of Prime items, Prime weapons, Prime Warframes, Platinum, all kinds of stuff just for being a Twitch Prime subscriber.
You see what Ordis is referring to, operator?
Starter bundle. I think you have to pay for this. Oh, I don't want to do that. No. No, go back. Great.
Updated navigation.
Now we
You'll
screwed
need
it
to
up.
break him out of a Grenier gulag.
Alright. That was unintentional. I apologize. I didn't think it was going to take me all the way out back to the Warframe website. All right, let's just take a look here real quick at mods. So we're going to go into our Mark 1 Bratton. And we're going to go... Oh, I can't mod it yet. Okay, so I guess you have to have the mod station unlocked before you can actually put those on our weapons. So we won't be able to do that just yet. All right, where is this mission? Liberate the imprisoned arms dealer. All right, so this is a rescue mission. These are also kind of interesting because you can give one of your weapons to the guy that you're rescuing and help him escape. Or you can just make a run for it and hope he survives following you long enough for you to get to the exit point. Alright, pick things up a little faster here. I don't want this episode to run too much longer than 30 minutes. We're already about 25 minutes in, so we can definitely do these tutorial stages in multiple parts. Alright, so we're going to look down. Make sure there's no guys over here. The nice thing is when you do crack open these boxes, most of the time you automatically pick up what's in them. Later on, you can get some mods that will allow you to pick up items as you just walk by them, even if they're a little far ways away. The cool thing about Mag is one of her base abilities is when you do her bullet jump, she actually picks up all the items that are in the vicinity. So we shoot that, and then I jump over here. You see it actually flies to me, so that's kind of a good reason to pick her up. You'll actually wind up picking up a lot of stuff that you normally would miss, not seeing when it falls down. So it's kind of a good ability to have. Now later on you get an ability called Vacuum that you can use on your Sentinel, which is another item we'll get later. Sentinel is basically a little flying robot guy that comes with us and shoots things and gives us shields and helps us on missions, but we will get one of those after we complete Earth, so that'll be pretty cool. Actually, huge fan of the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer mode. I really do like the third person, especially since you have such amazing freedom of movement, the ability to just do all your different jumps, and you can actually climb walls and jump off the walls, and you can run down the walls. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do. I don't think I can go up here. Okay, there's a way you can wall as well. I'm trying to remember what button does that, but I'll have to relearn all the movements. It's been such a long time since I played the game. But it's just, you can do all kinds of cool stuff combat-wise. This is a free-to-play game. You can honestly play this entire game free. It will just take you a lot longer to get stuff. Money speeds up the ability to a better player in some games where you have pay to win. This is certainly not a increase the amount of stuff you can get in a certain amount of time. But you can literally start the game and buy the best weapons and gear with platinum, and if you have no idea what you're it's heavily fortified. Now, in these rescue missions, you're going to come into these prison areas. There's going to be, actually, I think I see one. Nope. There's going to be, there we go. That's a Lancer. There's a special enemy in here called a Warden who actually can trigger an alarm, which starts a countdown, which can then kill the prisoner you're trying to escape. So what you want to try to do is find ways to sneak around without being seen. And basically, this is one right here. We can jump up into this little spot. And our goal is to stay here and open up those doors. There's somebody down here, so we just want to be careful. So I think there's another spot here. Yep. Okay. And again, you're just going to make sure there's nobody around. Nope.
Search these
Alright,
cells
so
for
we can wait
Darvo.
for this
It
guy to
has
go
be
by
here
and then we can
somewhere.
kill him after he goes by. Let's see if he comes in here. Nope. He's just gonna stand there. Okay, cool. Alright, so he's down. So we have 2 doors to pick from. Sometimes there'll be more than one. And some of these are actually like fake doors. They don't actually have anything in them. Sometimes they'll have enemies in them. So it just depends. Let's see if there's anything. This is just a side room we can escape through. Alright, so let's try this door here. It's probably going to be it right here.
I owe you for this dinner. I will get my entourage to meet us in orbit once we clear.
Alright, so these guys will follow you, usually pretty poorly. There's 2 ways you can
Remember, your success
get
here
them out.
depends on
One is
getting
just going
Darvo
slowly
Elliott
so they can keep
alive.
up with you, because they will take damage from enemies. The other way is to actually just sprint as fast as you possibly can to the exit point, because as soon as you hit the exit, you will exit the stage, regardless if you have the guy with you or not. Alright, we're going to give him our secondary weapon so he can defend himself, and we're going to make our way. Not sure what this even does here. But you get bonus points for hacking the consoles, so it's kind of good to do. So we're actually, it looks pretty clear. Exit here. Now the cool thing is that he will, if you just run ahead, every so often he'll actually catch up with you. So you can kind of run ahead of him. You can see he's only about 10 meters behind me, so the computer will actually have him keep up with you. So here's where Captain Vor starts messing around with you.
To give me influence. Shall we see how your shields work?
It's okay, we're just gonna still run through here.
Letting Vor control your shield. We must figure out how to remove it. Avoid taking damage while I try and block him.
Let's see, we actually don't have to worry about any of this. We can just jump past all these guys and go right to the exit. Make sure he's with us still. Maybe we can try for an acrobatic exit here. Now you see these little boxes popping up at the bottom. That's basically achievements you can get in game. Alright, so we got some cool gold mods here. So we're getting all kinds of mods we'll be able to use once we get that section of the ship unlocked. And over here on the left side, it's just showing you like all the materials and things that you got during your run. Do it for this first episode here. I think my Elgato is trying to crap out on me too, so it's probably a good spot to stop. I'm going to have to get a new Elgato at some point because the one I have now is about 5 years old, and it just keeps on popping in and out of the game, so I don't know how good this recording is actually going to be. But we did get the mod segment. We can go ahead and install that. So that's kind of cool. And we can take a quick look at this. Alright, so now we have mods. This will show you basically all the mods that you have. You can sort
Upgrade your Warframe now. Go to the arsenal to see the weapon upgrade options you have.
And Iatan treasures, what I was telling you guys about before. You'll find these in random levels, and you'll be able to use these to get more endo, which is actually what you use to level up your mods. So it's pretty cool. Alright, so we got a couple things here. Go check those out real quick. We'll get into all the stuff up on top here later on in later episodes. Right now, just kind of giving you the basics. So if we go over to our arsenal, you will now get the ability to upgrade under your Warframe or your weapon. So now we have a whole bunch of different things we can use. And each one of your mods is going to have a polarity. I've explained that in videos before, but basically a polarity will reduce your mod costs. Like you can see here in this case, the top right number, the symbol matches the symbol over here. It turns green, so when we use that mod, it only costs 1 instead of 2. And that's important because you do have a mod capacity up here on on your Warframe, and you can only use up to a certain number. So if the mod costs 2, you're only going to have 1 left. If it costs 3, you're not going to have any slots left, and that kind of prevents you from building out your frame that well when you first start. Some of the early ones you're going to go for Vitality. That's going to give you more health. Redirection is going to give you more shield capacity. Now you can see here we actually already got a full-blown Redirection, which gives us 40% at its base, and the flawed one gives us 20%. Since Mag is a shield frame, you can see here it's 180 to 90, so she's double shields. You're actually going to want to use the shields first. That'll give us 210 shields. If you use the Vitality one, it's only going to give you. Going to be very important. Continuity, these are going to affect your power duration and how strong your abilities are. We'll get into that a little bit more later on as well. So let's just go ahead and put that redirection in. Now the cool thing is you also get those for your weapons. In this case, we definitely want to drop Serration onto our Mark 1 Bratton because that's going to give us more damage. I don't know if we can actually modify this from here or not.
So, to settle my debt, I give you a very expensive blueprint. For free. Because I like you.
I don't think we have any endo. We don't have any endo yet, so we can't start modding yet. Alright, so we got a mod for our weapon. Let's see if we've got one for our pistol. Okay, pistol gambit gives us more critical chance. Hornet strike's going to give us more damage. That's what you really want to go for early, is just pure damage. The faster you can kill things, the better off you're going to be. Now we do have a pressure point for melee damage, but it's 4. We only have 3 capacity, so we can't use this just yet.
Colony will have the foundry technology you need. I am certain they will share it with you. Its location has been added to your navigation console.
Alright, so on the next episode, we'll continue where we left off here. This is already at almost 40 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. I don't want these to get too long. If you guys have any questions at all about Warframe in general, feel free to ask it down below. I'll try to help you out as much as I can. This is one of my favorite games. Kind of happy to be getting back to it and just be doing a new free-to-play series where starting from the beginning all over again, just going through the star chart. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Warframe Wednesdays. We're going to be trying to do this every other Wednesday, hopefully twice a month, if not at least once a month, just so it kind of gives me a new content piece to put out every so often. Anyways, guys, hope you're having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you again next time.